Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Just have a quick listen to the mic if you're listening live. I've jiggled some settings. I've realised that after I plugged my camera in, it knocked out my normal mic and it was recording from the camera, which it doesn't work because it's miles away. So forget about that for now. We are back for round 5 of P1's GT Euro Challenge. So it's GT3 class cars, European GT3s only. Excuse me. Where did that come from? And we are live from Lago Maggiore for a sprint evening. So we have a 5-minute qualifier followed by a 15-minute sprint race and then a 30-minute feature race. Tyres have been chosen, so they have to use mediums and hards in the second race. Race 1 is a free-for-all, I believe, and it's reverse grid in race 2 from that. So that's the format. Let's have a look at some points. So it's P1 Dylan leading this championship at the minute with 149 points. Ice Chan second with 96 points. It's Hoggy in third with 86 points. Fourth is Obi-Wan with 74 points. We've got Pilgrim in 5th with 70 points, Manny 6th with 67 points, Mulsan 7th with 62 points, and then in 8th we've got Dizzy with 54 points, Crazy Mac right on his tail with 53 points, Dazzler nipping at his heels with 52 points, P1 Skippy with 41 points, and Apache with 21 points. So that is points coming into this evening. Stickers still available, people. Hit me up at darksmaker@googlemail.com if you want any of those. Outside of that, evening. Yeah, again, the camera microphone is. When I plugged that in, it knocked this one out. So it sounded distant. And before that, I think it was coming through on that thing. For some reason, it just killed this. But this seems to be working now. So the levels might be high, I don't know. It's you know, it is hitting the red, so I don't know whether I need to turn it down, turn it up. But if you are listening, please just let me know one way or the other. Is it coming through okay or not? Right, so still in practice mode at the minute. Only 7 drivers turned up tonight. I know there was a couple that couldn't show up, but that's not many in the lobby, is it? So what have we got? We've got car-wise, we've got Lamborghini, McLaren, Renault, Lamborghini, McLaren. That's what we've got lined up. Not sure if we're going to see any other drivers turn up before the race starts. We'll see. But yes, if you are listening, please let me know. Is it sounding okay or not? That's what I need to know. I've not touched any of the other settings. I've just played with microphones, so hopefully it's just this that needs a bit of jiggery pokery. Maybe turning up, turning down, not too sure. That's why I need your help. So we should be just about around the corner from this 5-minute qualifying. Lago Maggiore, we've gone for the full circuit today as well. Do like this track personally. Oof. Perfect timing. I see Dylan just coming down into turn 1 here. So tricky first couple of corners, really very tight. Straight into a hairpin for turn 2. You don't want to light the rears up coming through there. lots of curbs here. You can cut across a fair few of them, but it will give you penalties if you take liberties. Push all the way down this hill. Now, as you'll see, Dylan staying way out to the left-hand side, all the way around this outside edge, and then cutting back in, trying to catch that apex. It's a scary thing to do at full speed, run down that left-hand edge into these S's. Can take a fair amount of curb on the way out of here. You just got to be careful you don't stick the two wheels too far over. This one as well, if you can get a couple of wheels either side of that yellow lump, you can just get away with that. Onto this long section, then over the brow of the hill, pressing it down towards this uphill hairpin. That's one of the curbs you can take an awful lot of liberties on. You can chop that corner right off. Well, you used to be able to. We'll see tonight. Through another little set of S's then. Running back down the hill to a couple of right-handers. Just taking his time on the way into here again. Just wants to push you out to that left-hand side. This one you've got to be a bit careful on as well. I was going to say, otherwise it will push you over to that left-hand side and pick you up a penalty. Easy to do coming out of that corner Dylan was just coming out of. So into the qualifying sessions now. Look at the teeth on that thing. Was it Obi we're on with? Apologies. I thought it was Dylan. Tell your mates, tell your mums. I wonder where you've had that from. Oh, she's got little dinosaur arms, look. Oh, how cute. Little baby T-Rex arms. It's got all sorts of liveries. It looks like Marlborough on the front. A camel on the back. It is, look, and it's got a zipper down the middle. Skippy. All the inappropriate stuff on there. Many inappropriateness going on for Skippy. I'll let you make your own mind up on what some of these stickers say. I don't know why you need a Kleenex sponsorship on there. You're making a mess somewhere, are we, Skips? Wilson, he just seems to get trouble wherever he lives. There must be an awful lot of trees. He's always got leaves covering his car, that boy. Not sure what's happening. There is Dylan in the EDAG liveried Lamborghini. Dazzler just finding himself off track in the Renault. Ray-Ban livery all over that. Who have we missed? Pilgrim. There he is. Pilgrim Racing. In the P1 livery. ACPMP smashed all over it as well. So it is just a short 5-minute qualifier, so that doesn't give them too long out on track. I'll just start in the hot laps now. See how the dinosaur gets on. Not saying you're old, Obi. Are they a new addition, those little stakes on the inside of that turn? I don't remember seeing those previously. That's how corner cutting should be tested, I think. Allow the drivers to visibly see what has he got in the O of my livery on his windscreen. What's he got on there? What is that? That shall be questioned in the group chat later. It could be a little tiny Kenny. Oh, I don't know. It's a browny orange circular thing. So will they see a second lap? Yeah, they'll see a second lap after this. A couple of opportunities then to try and get these lap times in. Again, 15-minute first race. Soft tyres should be used for that one. And then it's a 30-minute feature race for race 2. Hard tyres and... oh, Dylan just taking his time around these last couple of corners. Not happy with that previous lap, obviously, and they're giving himself a bit of time. Allow those drivers in front to disappear. Gives him plenty of free track to try and stick a time down on. Nobody in his way. Obi then is currently sitting on pole with that 1:56.9, second faster than anybody else. Mulsanne next quickest, 1:57.9 for him. Skippy into third with a 1:58.0. Manny fourth. Dazzler in fifth in that Renault. Pilgrim sixth, and Dylan, well, I'm sure this lap will throw him up the order. He won't be seventh at the end of this one for sure. Not unless he bins it into a wall. Which is not like Dylan at all. So you shouldn't be sort of hanging about for that, because it probably won't happen. Obi looking pretty good in the Lamborghini tonight. Again, we'll see how that fares at the end of this qualifying session. Currently on pole for Obi. There's lots of little starting areas at this track. Oof, that goes wide through there, Obi. That's going to cost him a bit of time. So nobody else spinning around on track. So let's have a look then. Coming down towards the line then for Obi. End of qualifying as they cross the line. No, oh Christ, Jesus H. Why have I got no game sound? It's there. Oh no, it's not. It's there. There it is. Drac, you're a saviour. I have got the mic sorted, I think. If you were listening, I don't know whether you were tuned in earlier. The camera mic, when I plugged that in at the beginning of this year, or whenever I decided to plug it in, killed everything else. So it killed this, and you were hearing me through that thing. Stupid, stupid. And while I've been chatting to you, qualifying's finished, and Dylan has taken pole. As expected, 1:55.2. Look, he's absolutely smashed it. Obi in second, then Skippy third, Mulsanne fourth, Manny in fifth, Pilgrim sixth, and Dazzler at the back. Cheers, Drac. So we wait for... why does this look a bit janky at the minute? Oh, because we're still in the qualifying session thing. Come on. So it will be Dylan that leads us out, followed by Obi. And again, it should be good. Thank you, Drac. Again, you know, the mic cost me like 100 and something quid. It should sound pretty good, but obviously everything else was just kicking its head in. Go on then. Your face could be bigger if you gave me a survey. Do you think? See, the problem is with that, right? Let me just shift it out of the way. When I go on track, which I can't do at the minute, it doesn't matter where I put it. It's kind of in the way. So down here, it just covers the tyre wear sort of things in this corner. Now maybe I can zoom in on this thing, but again, I'm not faffing with it again tonight, Drac, because we ruined it last night. So that can bloody wait. Maybe I can zoom this thing in. I don't know. It's a crappy webcam. So we'll see. But I'm not faffing with it again this stream. What do you mean, as in the box that my face is in bigger, or my face in the box bigger? You really want to see me up close? Come on. Good, I'm glad the sound's coming through all right. I've always thought it sounded a bit janky. Get the true smoker voice, not the shouting across a room smoker voice. Okay, all right, we'll have a look at that. Let's get on with this one first though, shall we? So 15 minutes here at Lago Maggiore. Yeah, I think everybody has got the soft tyres. Oh no, we've got a medium tyre driver there with Pilgrim. Let's see how he gets on with that. Lights on then. They drop and we're away, no false starts. Good start from the little Renault at the back. Look at that, powering his way through the field. Obi went for a little look up the inside of Dylan there as well into turn one. That Renault's had a fantastic start. Look at him. Oh my God. Dylan's got... Oh no, it's absolute chaos. There's drivers off all over the place. Oh, we're losing drivers. Okay. Okay, we're restarting for some reason. Ah, Hoggy's turned up. I did think Hoggy might, or somebody might turn up. What lighter? Look, hey, bro. Look, I'm on the old Vaportron now, bro. I'm vaping now. Don't do that, dirty smoking thing. That wasn't a lighter, honest. Okay, so lobby restart then. We've got It's Hoggy just turned up. Teeny bit late, 2 corners. So we're going to have to go again. Well, I've not fully knocked it on the head. Obviously, clues in the name, bro. Clues in the name. Cigarettes. No, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. But that's all you need to know. And vaping. You're making me look now. Now we've got 35 seconds. Configure video. Is he going to let me do that in the middle of the stream? Is he going to throw a pop-up box somewhere random? Okay. I don't know. We can wait. But yes, yeah, couldn't believe that your camera had killed my bloody microphone. This thing is a bit janky, to be honest. If I unplug any of my USBs and plug them back in, or plug anything else back in, it just seems to wipe the rest of them out. Okay, let's try this again then. Maybe Dylan will get round to turn 1 and 2 without spinning off. So we've got It's Hoggy at the back then. So 8 drivers on track. Lights go on again then for a restart. And they are away. Again, the Renault getting a really good start from the back. Will he end up leading the race like he did in the previous one? Dylan gets through. Mulson manages to hold on to second place this time. Obi pushed down to third. Skippy having a go at him for that position as well. Oh, excuse me. Two Lamborghinis side by side. Obi will have the advantage through this next turn. Should be able to get himself in front. Not quite. There is Skippy trying to run down the outside, down to this right-hander. Having another run up the hill on him, but again, Obi's got the inside line coming into this next turn. And he does finally get himself into that third position solidly ahead of Skippy. Skippy goes a bit wide through there. Doesn't affect him too much. Oh, we've got a driver off at the back. I think that's Pilgrim Racing. It's gone a bit too hard through the S's. So Dylan already started to make a bit of an escape then. 1.6 seconds lead already. Mulsanne trailing in second. Obi third, a second behind him. And then Skippy, next man on track, in fourth. His mirror's absolutely jam-packed, full of cars. He's got It's Hoggy, Manny and Dazzler all looking for a way through. Pilgrim's managed to close his way back up on that group as well. Getting a good slipstream off Dazzler for sure. This field spreading out already then. Dylan stretches that lead up front. 2.3 seconds over Mulsanne. A cigarette candy, oh my god. I used to love that stuff. Mulsanne holding his own. He has got Obi closing up a little bit. He's about half that gap. It's just over a second. It is it's wobbling a little bit. He does get it down. It's hot on the heels of Mulsanne coming down the hill. Going for a slightly different run through here. Still half a second gap between them. It's Hoggy having a look at Skippy then running up to the chicanes. He's got the inside line through there, gets it done. Saw the opportunity coming out of that long right-hander and took it. Obi not able to close the gap up on Mulsanne then. Dylan already at the hairpin, going round it, pulling more time ahead of these boys. Obi's compromised a little bit through there. Oof, Skippy goes wide through the hairpin. Pilgrim manages to get through. It's Hoggy then into fourth position. Yeah, Skippy just getting it a little bit wrong through that hairpin. Manny able to get through. Pilgrim trying to hang on to the back of that pack, and Dazzler has made a terrible mistake somewhere. He's fallen nearly 10 seconds back in that Renault. It's going to be hard push to close that gap up now in this short race. We'll see though. Anything could happen. Tyre wear is on. So we could get some spinning round GT3s by the end of this race. It's Hoggy's doing alright. Started from the back, turned up late, so he didn't put a qualifying time in. He is up to fourth position in that Ferrari. He's got Manny for company, still got Skippy in his rear view mirror, reasonably close as well. Pilgrim still trying to get himself back into full tow range here. And Dazzler is still trying to bring this time down, but struggling a little bit now. He's got nobody to sort of chase down, I think. Look at the gap Dylan's pulling up. It's going to be a disgusting amount of lead by the end of a 15-minute race. Four seconds currently in that Lamborghini. There is Mulsanne, closest rival. Obi's had a mare somewhere. He's got it wrong. It's Hoggy's managed to get through. Manny is now hot on his tail. It's getting a little bit of a pull down the hill. It's not enough to go for a move into this hairpin though. get the drive out on the way out of that hairpin either. Skippy falls off the back of these two a tiny bit as well. Carrying good pace, these boys. Oh, I hope he's gone deep through there. He's held onto the position. Lucky though. He's managed to get it back into the right place before Manny fired one up the inside through the second part of that turn. And around they go again, still being hauled along, but Obi's got a bit of a toe off of It's Hoggy as well in front, so nobody able to overtake down there. Pilgrim falling a little further back. Dazzler still trying to make that time up in the Renault. Again, very difficult. Short race, 15 minutes for race 1, 30 minutes for race 2. 6.5. Disgusting. Disgusting amount of time. I've told you need to ban him or chuck some ballast in his car or something. Take his rear wing off. Give him 3 wheels. Oh, a little bit squirrely through there for Mulsanne. He holds on to it though. A little bit of a funny angle coming through those S's. Just caught him out a tiny bit. Unfortunately, that slowed him down enough to bring It's Hoggy into the firing line. Less than a second between these two. Cutting all that corner then, It's Hoggy. Just 0.6 of a second behind Mulsanne. Obi trying to claw his way back as well. Was in second. Fell, made a mistake, fell back to Mulsanne, and then It's Hoggy got past him after another little mistake. He's risking it through there. Pilgrim has made a mistake somewhere, had a little bit of a slip and slide. He's on that medium tyre though, so maybe we'll see that come into its own in the latter stages of this race. Dazzler's made a little bit of time up on Pilgrim, but I still don't think it's going to be enough. So they should be able to do a full race on these tyres. It's just going to mean that they're a little bit more worn out, more prone to slippage and letting go. That's when the medium tyres for Pilgrim might come into their own, but It's Hoggy. Look at this, he's absolutely stomping this Ferrari around this circuit. He's made the overtake on Mulsanne as well. Not only has he done that, he's dragged Obi-Wan up to the rear end of Mulsanne. Three-way battle for second then. There is Manny trying to get his way back onto the rear end of Obi-Wan there. 2 seconds behind him at the minute. Pick up the slipstream at about 9 hundredths of a second-ish. Maybe just over. Look at them all peeling across the other side of the circuit, trying to pick up the toe off It's Hoggy. Mulsanne trying to get that second position back. Has to go high on the banked turn though. It looks like Obi-Wan might have made a mistake coming into that section as well, so he falls a little bit further off the back of Mulsanne. Just outside that slipstream range, but the battle properly raging between these two. On board with Ferrari then, It's Hoggy into that second position. Mulsanne looking for a way through. Got to say, It's Hoggy came from the back. No qualifying time put in. He was a little bit late for qualifying, but he has absolutely stomped that Ferrari round here. Mulsanne closes up down that straight, using a little bit of that slipstream, but not enough to get him up and past It's Hoggy. Obi-Wan brings himself back into this fight as well. Unfortunately, nobody can even see Dylan at the minute. Let's have a look. Let's just go around this corner. Can we even see him? just going around that right hand corner there. 11 seconds up the road is Dylan. Oh, Mulsanne under threat then. Obi having a go at him down towards this hairpin. Gets himself through as he compromised his exit. Oh, Mulsanne's having a look. They're side by side running up the hill towards these S's. And Obi does just hang on to it. Determined to get those positions back before the end of this race, Obi. Can he close back up on It's Hoggy? We'll see. He certainly can if It's Hoggy's doing that. What happened there? What happened there? That was bizarre. Either tyres let go or he caught a little bit too much curb. Bizarre. It falls all the way down to 7th. It's Hoggy with that mistake. Excuse me. So that opens the door massively then for Dylan. He gains 2 seconds plus with that loss. You can hear the tyres struggling now. 13.2 seconds lead for Dylan. Obi has found his way back past Mulsanne as we saw earlier, so that puts him back into 2nd position with the departure of It's Hoggy. Mulsanne in 3rd, then Manny up to 4th, Skippy in 5th, Pilgrim in 6th on that medium tyre still. Only 3 minutes left though, maybe regretting putting those on. It's Hoggy in 7th. And now Dazzler's got somebody to chase down, but might be a little bit too late for him. Look at this, disgusting. I'm telling you, you've got to do something about the Dylan. He's too damn quick, that boy. Again, he needs ballast or only be given, you know, comfort hard tyres or something. Only him. Obi hanging on to that 2nd position. Can he do it for the next, what's he got, 2 minutes now? Mulsanne still chasing him down. Less than a second back, so still getting a slipstream down here. Manny just out of the danger zone as well, not able to close up on those 2 in front, just keeping himself ahead of Skippy. He's almost got himself back in the slipstream range. He's close, he's close. He's got another lap to have a go. It's Hoggy then. Oh no, Pilgrim. Medium tyres have caught him out, or he's clipped too much curb. He's now in 8th position at the back of the pack. It's Hoggy then gets promoted to 6th, and Dazzler gets promoted to 7th. So Dylan crosses the line, starts his final lap then. Has found himself with a half a second penalty, but that won't bother him one little bit with nearly 15 seconds lead currently. Don't spin it off into a wall though, Dylan. Obi through turn 2, still being hunted by Mulsanne. He has lost a little bit of time to the 2nd place driver. Just falls outside of that slipstream range. He could have done with hanging on to him coming down this straight here. Unfortunately, he loses a little bit more time. The soft tyres on that McLaren looking pretty beaten up at the minute. Same for Manny, he's in the same car. Skippy in the Lambo, not been able to close that gap up either. It's Hoggy holding on to that 7th. Dazzler is closing up on him a little bit. Pilgrim doesn't seem to be making any headway, but that could just be strategic. Stay at the back and you get pole position for race 2. So 15 minutes over, final lap flashes up on the screen. Dylan just absolutely sending this Lamborghini at the minute. Even with the worn out tyres. just the final corner to go then for Dylan. Should be nice and easy. He can have a little spin round and still get across the line in front of everybody else. And there he is, taking the win in race 1 then. Cementing that lead at the top. I don't even think anyone can touch him now. Obi-Wan is going to come home in second. Mulsanne fell a little bit further back, so ends up third, 2 seconds behind Obi. P1 Manny comes home another 3.2 seconds behind him. And then It's Hoggy was doing alright. He was up into second, but had a bit of an incident. Ended up 5th. Dazzler 6th. Pilgrim not happy with that car. Takes 6th. Sorry, 7th. Oh, Skippy must have had an incident. He ended up 8th. There we go. Another Dylan on the top spot. Look at that. More points. Just dragging that lead miles away from everybody else. So Dylan taking the win then. Obi second. Mulsanne third. Manny in 4th. It's Hoggy 5th. Dazzler 6th. Pilgrim in 7th. And Skippy in 8th. There we go. So we'll have a little bit of a break then in between race 1 and 2. It'll only be a couple of minutes. And then we jump in. So it's a half an hour feature race then for race 2. They do have to use mediums and hard tyres. That was chosen by a random wheel of generation thing. You know, random number generator, but names. So that was chosen earlier. So it's mediums and hards for race 2. Reverse grid as well, I think. And I'm not having the candy cigarettes. They're bad for my teeth. He says, drinking a pint of whiskey and coke. That is nice stuff. So, room prepared. Let's just have a quick look at settings. Should be no weather. Fuel consumption times 3. Tyre wear times 3. Traction control prohibit. All traction control should be prohibited. So yeah, we wait for race 2 to crack on. Oh, it's so tasty, that stuff. Honey bourbon. Nom. You just taste the honey. That's all you taste, and it goes down like fizzy pop. Dylan trying to gaslight everybody in the chat, saying he has trouble with this car. I have trouble with these tyres. I have trouble with this course. It doesn't matter what setup you put in. Dylan will figure it out somehow. Who's that reversing round turn 1? Did we see any time? No time for race 2 start then, but yeah, half an hour race, reverse grid. Can just about get away with sticking 2 wheels either side of that, but if you get it wrong, they are pretty damn big and they do give you a bit of a launch in the air, so you just have to be a little bit careful with those. So here we are, waiting. I've not even got anything to chat about. Got nothing I can think of to waffle on about. Mic's fixed. Stupid camera. That's right, hards and mediums. Yeah, okay, yes. I'm just looking at my settings on that video. It's all greyed out while it's running. Can I flip it vertically? Shall I do that? No, let's not do that. I'll have me upside down. Next time we're racing at Mount Paramount, maybe I'll do it then. Just for Skippy. You can see me the right way up for once. So it is mandatory that they have to use hards and mediums. There's no getting away from it. Not sure if there's a limit on how long you've got to use them, but it's usually 3 laps, an out lap, a hot lap and an in lap. But we'll see. Some drivers like to keep them on for pretty much half the race. Right, here we go then. Race 2, 30 minutes here at Lago. So everybody got the hards on except Manny, who's gone for the mediums for stint 1. That might benefit him, it might not, but what you'll probably find is that Dylan can do just as quick a lap time on a set of hards as anybody else can on a set of mediums. Oh, it's not reverse grid either, is it? It's is it as of race positions or the hards? Struggling to make those go around a corner. It's Hoggy then gets himself through to second. Obi-Wan third. Mulson fourth. Who's going to be fifth coming out of this turn? 4 wide coming down the hill almost. Have they all gone? They were about 4 wide coming out of that turn. Dylan has absolutely disappeared already. It's Hoggy second, Obi third. We're on board with Mulson in fourth. He's got a Manny reasonably close, followed by Skippy, Dazzler and then Pilgrim. So Manny, was he on that medium tyre? I think he was. Yeah, he's the only driver on that medium tyre at the minute for stint 1. Needs to make the best of those now. Look at that, Mulson up the inside of Obi. What's happening to Obi here? Loses 2 positions coming through the hairpin. Disastrous for him. Manny has made those mediums work. He's got himself past Obi, past Mulson. Now on the hunt for It's Hoggy. Actually, It's Hoggy. I thought he was closing that gap up on the Lamborghini in front, but possibly not. 2.8 seconds the gap already. Obi having a little look back at Mulson then coming around that final corner. Will anyone benefit from a tow down here? Pilgrim's having a little look at Dazzler at the back of the pack. He's got the inside line as well through there. Gets that position. Doesn't spin it off track either, so holds on to 7th. Just about. Oof, Dylan pushing it hard through there. All the way off the track. Has he got away without a penalty across that bit? He has. 3.5 seconds lead currently then. It's Hoggy unable to close that gap up. And There is Manny on that medium tyre. He is closing up on It's Hoggy as well. Can take those tighter lines, accelerate. Oh, gets squished a little bit coming out of there. Can take the slightly tighter, faster lines, accelerate a little bit quicker earlier coming out of the corners, brake a little bit later on those mediums. As long as he doesn't get him going sideways, he should close that gap up on It's Hoggy. What is it currently? 1.4 seconds. Little mistake cost him about half a second. Let's see how long before he closes up. Obi sticking with him. Everybody else on the hard tyre around him, so it's only Manny on the mediums. Quite able to make them go any quicker at the minute. He pulls 2/10 on It's Hoggy through that little complex of corners. On the throttle early out of there. Obi almost back into the slipstream range here as well. Could end up being another three-way battle for second in a lap or two. So Dylan finds himself with a half a second penalty. Again, he's already got 4 seconds lead over everybody. So he can afford to lose that half a second. Is it down here he loses it? No. Does it start finish straight on this track? I can't remember. All the way out to that left hand side to catch the right hand apex. Back up the hill. Pulls another half a second over It's Hoggy. He's still got a mirror full of Manny here. Half a second behind him currently. Obi still not fully out of this fight yet. Struggles a little bit out of that turn, Manny, versus It's Hoggy in front. Still 0.4 of a second between these two. Obi falls a few tenths further back. Certainly no slipstream for him at the minute. Braking later, all over the back of It's Hoggy. Little bit late on the brakes, just catches him in the rear end. Almost sends him off track, but doesn't. Around they go again, gap down to 0.3. Obi still not within attack distance quite yet. Again, Mulsanne all over the, Manny all over the back of It's Hoggy. Through this final corner, he got on the gas very early on the previous lap. Is it going to be enough? Slipstream is not working for him down this start finish straight. Okay, Dylan then leads 4.7 seconds. It's Hoggy. Oh, It's Hoggy. Almost getting it wrong through the hairpin. Sticks a couple of wheels on the grass on the exit. Slowed him down a little bit. Manny's right up his rear end on the exit, that hairpin. Oh, sorry, that elbow. Look at him chasing him down the hill. Can he get the move done into this right-hander at the bottom of the hill? No, he can't. Different lines through there though. What's the outcome on the exit? Again, Manny just has to slot himself in behind. Still plenty of life left in those mediums, and again he has another look at It's Hoggy through the S's. Right on his tail now as they head around this right-hander and over the brow of the hill. Picking that slipstream back up. Trying to find a gap up the inside. It's Hoggy says, no chance mate, I'm blocking that right off. You want the position, you better go around the outside. Oh, look at this, he's managed to keep his wing just there as well. Through this next set of S's, they can go side by side through here. It's Hoggy should just hold on to it. And does. Great battle between these two. They have got to be careful though. Obi getting a little bit closer to them. Skippy. 3 seconds down. Pilgrim 3/4 of a second behind him. He's just picked up half a second penalty though. Okay, Skippy coming in the pits then. He's getting rid of those hard tyres now. Dazzler stays out, so grabs 6. Mulsanne stays out as well. He comes through to take 7th. Skippy is the first man to get rid of those hard tyres. Nothing to stop you having 2 sets of mediums. You just have to have a set of hards and a set of mediums at some point throughout the race. As you can see, not a lot of wear showing on the hards at the minute, but they are the slower tyre. Not that you would think that with Dylan. Fastest lap 1:58.8 and leading the race by 7 seconds. Look at this, look. So it's Hoggy holding on to second. Manny still in third, but now he's got an Obi-Wan right up his rear end. Oof, maybe not so much now. Ooh. Well, to keep that in a straight line. Obi all over the grass there. Gives Manny a tiny bit of breathing room running down the hill. He can concentrate back on chasing down It's Hoggy now rather than defending. Oh, it does get himself up the inside there. A little bit punchy, but you know the gap was there. He stuck his wing up the inside. And now Obi's done the same thing, found a gap. It's Hoggy maybe a little bit compromised coming out of that turn. Obi taking full advantage of that, gets himself through. Again, goes wide through there. Can he chase down the medium tyre driver in front? Can It's Hoggy get these positions back again? They're all on the hard tyre except Manny in front, so we'll see. But as you can see, the hard tyre not that much slower really. Pilgrim then fires himself in the pits. He's fed up with those hard tyres as well. Get rid of those, thank you very much. Dazzler stays out again. Mulsanne also comes in this lap, and Skippy has already changed. He's got the mediums on now. Should get himself back past Mulsanne and Skippy. Through then into 6th. Pilgrim released into 7th. Mulsanne just taking on board fuel. Gets released now. Back to race leader Dylan then. 9.6 seconds lead. Absolutely disgusting. Manny is finally through to 2nd then. Whoa, only just. As quick as they are, those medium tyres, the hard tyre drivers aren't letting that phase them one little bit at all. You think you're quick? Watch this, they've said. Hold my beer. A little bit wayward through there for Obi. Manny having a little run back on him, but it's not going to be enough into the S's. Obi is already in front. But again, It's Hoggy now tucked right behind these pair. Obi goes wide through there again. Manny has a look up the inside. Obi's got the inside coming through this next turn. Does just hold on to that 2nd position by the skin of his teeth. Does Manny slip one up the inside here? Oh, yeah, they are side by side running down the start-finish straight. Manny will have the inside line coming into turn 1. Obi's not going to make this easy though. He'll have the inside line coming back into turn 2. Oh, Manny's already almost a car length ahead. And does just get him through. It's Hoggy, sees that gap open again. Straight through himself. Great bit of race awareness from these boys. Seeing those opportunities and taking them when they can. Manny swerves across the track trying to drop the toe for It's Hoggy. He's quick in this Ferrari even with that hard tyre on. Manny's going to close himself back up on these two as well. Skippy back out the pits in 5th. Pilgrim released then in 6th. Dazzler 7th. Fresh set of mediums on for him. Mulson also out. Fresh set of mediums. Dylan's quite happy on the hards. Thank you very much. Looking to do the full half an hour then maybe. Sorry, the full 15 minutes on the hards before swapping to the mediums for the second 15 minutes. We'll see though. He might be in this lap. I probably think he'll wait till next lap. We'll see though. He is over to this left hand side. He does come into the pits then this lap. Manny down towards this final corner as well. He's into that second position, starting to pull a little bit of a gap away from those drivers behind on that medium tyre. Oh, sorry, on the hard tyre. They both peel into the pits this lap as well. Manny stays out. Now, where will Dylan get released? Taking on board fuel now. He doesn't need a lot. Gets released. So, just wait for the timers to all settle themselves down. Looks like about 8.2 seconds lead. Well, that'll be coming down pretty rapidly now. Dylan's got those medium tyres on. Obi gets himself back out of the pits just in front of Skippy. Skippy manages to make a place up. He's into 4th position. If he can stay there, that'll be pretty decent for him. It's Hoggy then 5th, also on that medium tyre. Pilgrim on the medium tyre too. Dazzler out on the medium tyre, and Mulson on the medium tyre. So everybody on track then on the medium tyre now, except Dylan. Oh no, it is Dylan as well now. Sorry, he's been in the pits, hasn't he? So we just wait to see when Manny decides to come in. He's still got that hard tyre to put on. He'll lose the lead coming in the pits for sure. Skippy is absolutely blasting this second half of the race. Just look at this, he's just fired his way past Obi. They're battling behind as well. It's Hoggy and Pilgrim battling for 5th. Ferrari versus McLaren there then. Dazzler having a little bit of a race on his own at the minute, as is Mulson. That could all change when Manny comes in the pits. We'll see, he stays out for another lap. Dylan closing that gap down on him, just 6.3 seconds behind him. How's it giving him 2 fastest? Oh, exactly the same time. Look, lap 5, lap 6 at 1:58.344 for both of them. He's taking chunks out of Manny's time. So Manny's on a half-worn set of medium tyres. Dylan is on a fresh set of medium tyres. The gap down to 4.9 seconds. It was over 7 seconds when Dylan left the pits. Skippy continues to hold on to this 3rd position. Obi has tried a couple of times to get past him. Still not worked yet. Gets a good run. Nice tight turn through there for Obi. Has he got the advantage coming into this next turn? Is he enough? Yes, he is just ahead enough to get himself across the nose of Skippy as they come into the S's. Retakes that 3rd. Skippy hot on his heels though. Again, these two have just got to be careful. It's Hoggy and Pilgrim not too far off. It's Hoggy's looked pretty dangerous in that Ferrari. Pilgrim right behind him, still picking up a toe. Dazzler 4.9 seconds back in 7th. And Mulson another 6.9 behind him. So race leader Manny staying out again, losing more time to Dylan. Look at that, how close he is now. Look, 3 seconds pretty much. Get a bit of chase, come on. He's absolutely hacking away at that time, down to 2.7 seconds. Gets a little squirrely out of there. 2.4 seconds that time, coming down corner after corner. He's getting on the gas so early, Dylan. Tyres not lighting up either. Exploring those track limits as well, using all the curb. Down to below 2 seconds then. And again, Manny's still got a pit here. He might end up in... Will he stay second when he comes in the pit? Skippy's another 21 seconds back. We'll see. Manny might be able to just hold on to second here. If he doesn't, he'll come out in the thick of it between Skippy and Obi-Wan. Just going to stick with this battle for the minute as we watch Dylan slowly but surely close down on race leader Manny. You might see Manny drop in the pits before we actually see the overtake. He's staying out again this lap, race leader. Dylan is within slipstream range already down this start-finish straight. Half a second as they hit the hairpin at turn 2. Piling the pressure on here then, Dylan. Oh, seized an opportunity, doesn't quite manage to get a wing up the inside of Manny. Might be able to fire one up the inside here though. He decides not to do it. Both drivers very late on the apex. Dylan hangs that car in a tiny bit earlier than Manny, and the tyres slightly newer, just gripped up a little bit faster, allowed him to turn that Lamborghini in, get on the throttle earlier, retake that top spot. So Manny second. When will he pit? What are we, 21 minutes into this second race, 30 minutes. Skippy holding on to third. He's got himself back past Obi fourth, and there you go, it's Hoggy now well within tow range of him. Pilgrim has also got himself back into slipstream range here. Dazzler still a little way back from those boys. Mulson still a little way back from Dazzler as well. So when do you come in the pits? Still pulling a little bit of time over Skippy. But it might be worth dropping in the pits now while the tyres are still got a little bit of life in them. You don't want to be losing time to those drivers behind when you come in the pits. You still want to be, you know, pulling time really. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. These boys have got enough of their own problems at the minute. So Skippy just stretching his legs out in front of these two a tiny bit there. Obi's bringing it back down though. Pilgrim as well, trying to get a little bit closer to those three in front. Obi with a tighter line through the hairpin all over the back of Skippy coming into this next left-hander. Identical in terms of power and speed though, the two Lamborghinis. Oh, Ferrari getting a great drive out of that corner Obi-Wan peels over to the left-hand side of the circuit. Sorry, the right-hand side of the circuit. To try and have a go at Skippy. Didn't realise it's Hoggy had managed to get himself up the outside of him though. Around they go again. Pilgrim falls out of the tow range of those three. Dazzler falls a little bit back. Mulsanne unable to make those mediums work. They're not closing up on Dazzler either. Look at the time he's pulling up. 5.5 seconds. So Manny is starting to lose time to the drivers behind now. It was 22 seconds. It's down to 20 and a half or 20.4. So really ought to think about coming in the pits. Getting rid of those nasty worn mediums. He's going to have to stick a set of hards on though. They're not going to be quick. Maybe he's just risking it for a biscuit on the mediums now while he can. Knowing he's got to put those hards on. Okay, Dylan is back in the pits. Is he? Yes, he is. Why? He doesn't need fuel. He doesn't really need tyres. No idea. Random stop there for Dylan. So Manny back into the lead of the race. 9.6 seconds over Dylan, but again we've just seen Dylan very quick on a fresh set of tyres and he's just picked up a new set. So can he close that 9.2 seconds down in the next 5 minutes? Well, he will because Manny has to come in the pits. But Dylan's quick enough that he probably could take that time out of him. Look, he's already taken a half a second out of him. We've not long left the pits. Still kicking off here then in this midfield pack. It's Hoggy third, Pilgrim now fourth, Skippy fifth, Obi-Wan sixth. All change here then. It's Hoggy making the most of it. He's managed to pull a second. He's not giving anybody else a slipstream down this hill. I think, depending how long Manny spends in the pits, he could end up right in the middle of those boys. So coming down to this final turn, does he drop himself in the pits this lap? He's taking a little bit of a tighter line. He's coming in this time then. So there's Dylan just coming around that final turn himself, so easily going to retake top spot. But it's now about whether he gets out ahead of these boys. He's not going to take on board too much fuel. He only needs tyres and a blip of fuel really. Does he get out? Where is he? He does just get released, but he's on that hard tyre. Can he make those work? He's everybody else behind him on the medium tyre, which hasn't got a lot of wear on it at the minute. They have only got, what, 3 minutes left on the clock. Can he hold on to second, Manny? Dylan has certainly grabbed first place again. 12.7 seconds lead with that little stop from Manny. There he is in that second position on that fresh set of hard tyres. It's Hoggy just 1.1 seconds behind him though. And he's still kicking off behind. Obi-Wan, Pilgrim and Skippy still battling out for fourth now. Obi getting himself through for the time being. Pilgrim right there with him though. Skippy, he has managed to get himself right under the rear wing of... oh, deep through there though. He's right under the rear wing of Pilgrim. Nothing these boys at the back can do, Dazzler or Mulsanne. Dylan's just made it look so easy tonight. Manny coming under increased threat then for that second position. It's Hoggy's pulled a massive chunk of time over those drivers behind, 2.8 seconds. And looking to move up the field on this man. What's the gap? 0.4 through this final corner. 0.3 on the exit. Closing up as well on Manny. Has he got the slipstream to get it done before turn 1? Not quite sure he has. Ooh. Had to compromise his line a little bit there. Keeps himself well within striking distance of Manny though. Oh! Manny's tyres let go, the hards. He pressed the throttle pedal a tiny bit too early. Lit the rears up. He managed to keep hold of that car, but it's dropped into third, right into the clutches of Obi-Wan and Pilgrim. Nearly caught him out down there as well. So that does drop It's Hoggy into second. Manny third, if he can hold on to it with those hard tyres. Again, everybody else on track now on the mediums. Pilgrim still right there. Skippy falls off the back a little bit. Dazzler still 4.5 seconds back in 7th. And Mulson nearly 10 seconds back now in 8th. Yeah, Dylan's just made this look too easy, hasn't he? 17.5 seconds. And this should be it. 10 seconds left on the race timer. He's got a couple of corners left to go. He'll be crossing the line just as the timer ticks over. Oh no, it's just about to go now. There it is. 30 minutes done and dusted. Dylan just got across the line then. And that's both wins of the evening. Race 1's 15-minute sprint race and race 2's feature race. Taking the win in both then for Dylan. It's Hoggy was looking good for second place in race 1 until a little mistake. But he has redeemed himself in race 2 to take second place. Hard fought battle as well. Obi, Manny and Pilgrim, Skippy and everyone else to battle with. Obi taking third, Pilgrim coming home in fourth, Manny taking fifth in the end. Those hard tyres catching him out all over the place. Skippy takes sixth, Dazzler seventh, and Mulsan, we just catch crossing the line, he will take eighth. There it is. The GT Euro Challenge done and dusted for another week. So what have we got? How many rounds? 2 more rounds of this? 1 more round of this? If it's 2 more rounds, then it's the same format next week. If it's the finals next week, then we go for a full, I believe it's a 40-minute endurance race for the final race. It could be an hour, but I think it's 40 minutes. But that's it from me tonight, pretty much. Good bit of racing there, to be honest. Not many people on track, but still some decent racing to be had. But yeah, that's it from me tonight. I am back Saturday night at 8 o'clock with more Ringcaf action. So that's more GT3 class cars around Nürburgring Nordschleife. And then same time, same place next week, 9 o'clock Sunday night for P1 in their Euro Challenge. But yeah, as I've said, that's it from me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.